The transport shuttle descended through Kepler 432b's crimson atmosphere, and James felt his stomach tighten. 3 years of military service, dozens of successful missions, yet nothing had prepared him for this assignment. Training an elite squadron of Vulpari warriors, fox-like aliens whose reputation for ferocity preceded them across 5-star systems. "You're nervous," observed Commander Chen through the comm link. "Don't be." They requested a human trainer specifically. James doubted that made things better. The landing pad materialized through the clouds, a sprawling military complex carved into obsidian cliffs. As the shuttle touched down, James grabbed his gear and stepped into the alien world. The air tasted of copper and ozone. 3 suns hung in the sky, casting everything in shades of orange and gold. A figure waited at the edge of the platform. She stood with military precision, her rust-colored fur catching the triple sunlight. Pointed ears swiveled toward him, and amber eyes assessed him with predatory intelligence. She wore the black combat suit of Vulpari Special Forces, and a bushy tail swished behind her with barely contained energy. "Lieutenant James Chen," she said, her accent making his name sound exotic. "I am Squadron Leader Lisa Thraven. Welcome to Kepler Base 7. James saluted. "Thank you, Squadron Leader. I'm honored to be here." Lisa's ears flicked an expression he couldn't read. "Follow me. The squadron is waiting." They walked through corridors of polished stone, passing Vulpari soldiers who stopped to stare at the human. James had read the briefings. The Vulpari were a proud warrior race, their society built on pack dynamics and combat prowess. They'd been humanity's allies for only 5 years, ever since the Treaty of Andromeda ended their brief but devastating conflict. "You're wondering why we requested you," Lisa said without looking back. The thought crossed my mind. She stopped at a massive door. "Because humans don't die easily," her tail swished. 3 years ago, I watched a human squad hold the line at Proxima Station. Outnumbered 20-1. They shouldn't have survived. But they did. She turned to face him. "Vulpari are warriors. Humans are survivors. We want to learn the difference." The door opened onto a training arena the size of a football field. 30 Vulpari females stood in formation, their fur ranging from silver white to deep crimson, all eyes locked onto James. "Squadron," Lisa barked. "Attention!" They moved as one, fists over hearts. The precision was impressive. "This is Lieutenant James Chen on loan from Earth's Special Operations Division. He will train us in human combat doctrine. You will afford him the respect of a Pack Alpha, understood?" "Yes, Alpha." They responded in unison. James blinked. "Alpha? I thought you were—" "I lead this squadron," Lisa said quietly. "But in training, the teacher holds Alpha status. It's our way." Her amber eyes held his. "Don't make me regret this assignment, human." The first week was brutal. James pushed them through human endurance training, long-distance runs, extended combat drills, scenarios designed to test mental resilience over raw strength. The Vulpari were faster and stronger, but they relied on overwhelming force. James taught them patience, strategy, the art of winning when victory seemed impossible. Again, James shouted as Lisa's team failed the hostage extraction drill for the 4th time. "You're thinking like predators. Think like survivors." Lisa's ears lay flat, a sign of frustration. "We breach, we eliminate threats, we extract. What else is there? The part where you don't get killed." James reset the simulation. "You're the strongest warriors in the known galaxy, but strength means nothing if you're dead. Watch." He ran the drill solo using cover, misdirection, non-lethal tactics. He completed it in half their time with 0 casualties. The squadron stared in silence. "We are warriors," one of the Vulpari said. "This is hiding. This is surviving," James corrected. "There's no honor in a pointless death. Your enemy doesn't care about your strength if you're already buried." Lisa's tail had gone still, always a sign of deep thought. "Show us again." They trained for hours, days, weeks. Slowly, the squadron adapted. They learned to use their natural advantages, speed, senses, agility with human tactical thinking. James watched them transform from a pack of warriors into a precision strike team, but something else was happening too. The Vulpari began calling him Alpha, even outside training. They brought him food from their culture, shared stories of their homeworld, invited him to their evening gatherings. Lisa spent extra hours drilling with him, her competitive nature pushing both of them to new limits. Your people fascinate me, she said one evening after a particularly grueling session. They sat on the cliff edge watching the triple sunset. Vulpari are born warriors, but humans. You choose to be. Sometimes you don't get a choice, James said, but you do. She looked at him, ears forward with curiosity. You could have taken a safe assignment. Instead, you're here teaching predators how to hunt better. Her tail brushed against his arm. Why? James considered the question. Because the universe doesn't care if you're strong. It only cares if you survive, and I'd rather make sure the people fighting beside us know how to make it home. Lisa's expression softened, something he'd never seen before. That's why you're alpha, not because you're strongest, because you think of the pack first. The final evaluation came 3 months into the assignment, a live combat scenario against one of humanity's elite Marine units. James watched from the command center as Lisa led her squadron through an impossible situation, outnumbered, outgunned, deep in hostile territory. But they didn't fight like Vulpari warriors anymore. They fought like human survivors. They used terrain, adapted tactics on the fly, turned their enemy's strength into weakness. When the simulation ended, the Vulpari had achieved total mission success with 0 casualties. The Marine commander looked stunned. I've never seen Vulpari fight like that. They're not just Vulpari anymore, James said quietly. Lisa found him afterward, her squadron behind her. She dropped to one knee, fist over heart, the Vulpari gesture of ultimate respect. Alpha, she said formally, you have taught us to survive. Will you stay and fight beside us? James looked at the 30 warriors, no survivors before him. He thought about going home, about safe assignments and predictable days, then he smiled. Someone has to make sure you don't forget the lessons. Lisa's ears perked up and her tail wagged. Then it settled. You're packed now, James. As the squadron celebrated around him, James realized that training them had changed him too. He'd come to teach survival. He'd found something worth surviving for. The Fox girls had called him Alpha, but they'd become his family, and in the cold depths of space, family was everything.